I was 2 months pregnant when my dog saved my life. I am a hard worker and had a quite eventful January and February in 2016. For your reference, I was 37 at the time of this story. In January, while I was completely single, I found out I was pregnant after thinking I couldn't have kids for my adult life. I had a dog who was 6 years old. She was part lab, part boxer, and the sweetest, smartest dog I've ever had. We lived in a duplex that my parents owned. My parents had bought it for my grandmother when I was a teenager, and after my grandmother passed away, they offered my grandmother a side to my cousin who was struggling financially to raise her 2 kids. My parents rented out the other side to help with the mortgage payment. At the time of this story, I was now living on one side and my cousin and her son on the other, her daughter having moved out a few years earlier. So this night had been a late night at work. I got home sometime around 11 and chose to watch TV in the living room for a bit in my recliner. My dog was laying with me, and we both fell asleep. At some time during the middle of the night, my dog woke me up barking like crazy, trying to see out the living room window. I decided to look out the window too. I saw flames going up the side of my cousin's garage from a concrete planter. I ran outside with a pitcher of water. I saw the word "horse" spray painted on the garage door. Saw flames from under the door that was 6 inches off the ground. All of my grandmother's belongings that hadn't been gone through were in there: her paperback books, her pictures, her beddings, rugs, multiple things she had crocheted. Really anything my cousin had deemed unusable when she moved in. I threw the door open to see if I could do anything. It was the worst mistake ever. I think the oxygen just made it all go up. Then I went and grabbed my phone, called 911, and started frantically banging on my cousin's front door. I got her and her son roused and out of the house right before the firefighters got there. They went into full firefighting mode. The fire ravaged the garage and the laundry room and part of the kitchen. There was glass by the concrete planter. After talking to me, it was decided that a Molotov cocktail had been thrown at the house, and some of the flaming liquid had gone under the garage door. My cousin thinks it was her daughter's ex. He was looking for the daughter after having been released from jail. No charges could ever be filed. It sucked. My cousin stayed with a neighbor while repairs were made, and then moved back in. The thing is, my cousin didn't have a working smoke detector, and in my business of finding out I was pregnant and a busy time at work, I hadn't put new batteries in mine. Thank you, ADHD. If my loving dog hadn't woken me up, my cousin, her son, myself and my own fetus could have possibly died. Check your smoke detectors.